Hey everybody, it's Scotty from Scotty's Record Shop with a response to Beninsky's 707's contest, 500 subs contest. Whip out your big 10-inch, a loaded one. I'm gonna kind of bring this in a weird direction. Well, not a weird. That's starting off really wrong, isn't it? Let me just do this, okay? I am gonna modify this a little bit. I only really have one rock and roll 10-inch, and it's the one that everybody's showing that everybody else has. However, I'm going to show you something unique about it that maybe you may not know about pressings of this. Let me start off a couple of different things. Number one, just so you all know, my background is nursing. I just want to clear a few things up. Big 10-inch anatomically is not possible. Just wanted to make sure that everybody was clear on that. Stephen was just exaggerating just a little bit in that song. Maybe what Stephen was talking about was big 10-inch records of the band playing the blues. Now, how I'm going to bring this, I'm going to do this relatively quickly, but I just want to talk about kind of more of a historical piece, I guess was the direction I want to go with this. These big 10-inch records that Mr. Tyler is talking about are blues 78s. Now, 78s were the standards from about right around 1910 up to the early 1950s. It was the standard. Before that, just really quickly, I'm going to get to this. I just want to show you. This was originally how we got our music. A cylinder. An Edison, see if you can see that, an Edison cylinder, and these were really, really interesting pieces. They went out of vogue right around 1910 or so. They were still being made right up into the 20s, but the flat disc, the 10-inch flat disc, came into vogue. Actually, was first introduced in the late 1800s. Those cylinders, by the way, first came around about in the late 1800s, 1890-ish or so. People would use coin-op machines, put little earpieces in, and listen to these wax cylinders. It was a really big fad in the 1890s, similar to like jukeboxes. It was the iPods of the 1890s. Then the flat discs came around, and cylinders were still really popular for the first 10 years of that century. And this is an example of an early, to show you what's really cool about this, is that originally for the first 6 or 7 years of making flat discs, they didn't know how to do a double-sided disc. So that's what you got. You got one song. Now, and this is a 10-inch. However, just to let you guys know that 12-inch records, 78s, were manufactured, and they were used a lot of times for classical music, just so they could get that 4 minutes or whatever it was that they could get out of it. Here's an example of a two-sided big 10-inch record. Only 2 songs, though. This dates back middle 20s, I'm guessing, without looking this up. Middle 20s. Almost 100 years old for that piece. 1948, we got these long-playing micro-groove discs. And the cool thing about them is people think, okay, that's the 12-inch. Initially, in 1948 through about 1951-ish, 2-ish, a lot of the first LPs, long-playing micro-grooves, were actually issued on 10-inch. Here's a Decca, an early Decca recording that it needs to be cleaned. But there are several, as you can see, there's several songs on here. This is a big 10-inch record from 1951-ish or so. So anyway, of course, the 12-inch format won out in the 50s, and till we have these long playing records. The 10-inch has always been kind of in rock and roll music has always been kind of not a novelty, but kind of an exception or whatever to the rule. As everybody has shown, these Cheap Trick, right here, this Cheap Trick thing, this thing, people, Epic tried to do a program, and here's the paper that was talking about it. I know that some of you have already shown this. They were going to try to do a program where, you know, cheaper. It's cheaper for them. It's cheaper for you. Let's put out these EPs. It didn't go anywhere. There was some interesting stuff put out, but the one thing I wanted to show you, I've got 2 copies of this. This is the one thing that you guys, I haven't seen anybody talk about yet. There's 2 copies. Why on earth would he have 2 copies of this? Well, let me show you. Because if you were a really big die-hard Cheap Trick fan, you would notice. Let me show you on here. Benny Carlos. Right? On that side, look at the picture on that side. That's nice. Now let me pull out the other EP and show you. You had to buy both of these to get pictures of each member. And there's your other 2 members of the band. That's the one thing that I hadn't seen anybody else show. So anyway, enough of my rambling. That's my entry into your 500 subs contest. Congratulations. It's a wonderful milestone. I thank you for subscribing to my channel, because I know you have. I see you a lot more actually on the Facebook side of things, but still, it's nice to see you make videos when you do make them. And again, congratulations, and may you have many more subs. Until next time, everybody, peace and love.